Hello everyone, welcome to Smart Farm Insight. Watermelon, one of the world's most refreshing and beloved fruits, has a history stretching back thousands of years. But in the modern era, it has become a symbol of agricultural progress and innovation. Today, no country embodies this evolution better than China, the world's largest producer, responsible for nearly 60% of global watermelon output. Each year, China harvests more than 67 million tons of this juicy fruit, enough to fill countless trucks and markets across Asia and beyond. The journey of a watermelon begins long before the first seed touches the soil. Farmers carefully select regions with warm climates and sandy loam soils. Before planting, the fields are plowed deeply, enriched with organic compost or green manure, and leveled to create optimal moisture retention. To conserve water and prevent weed invasion, a thin layer of plastic mulch is often stretched across the soil surface. This practice locks in warmth and moisture, especially during early spring planting when temperatures can fluctuate sharply between day and night. Seeds are either sown directly or first germinated in trays. After about 2 weeks, when seedlings reach 15 to 20 centimeters in height, they are ready for transplanting. Farmers space them roughly 1 meter apart to give each plant enough room for its sprawling vines and large leaves. Throughout the growing season, many farms now use drip irrigation systems that deliver precise amounts of water directly to the roots, reducing waste and ensuring consistent soil conditions. Pollination is another essential step. Since each watermelon plant produces both male and female flowers, pollination must occur naturally or with the help of bees. Some farmers even rent bee colonies during the blooming period to guarantee optimal fruit set. As the fruit begins to grow, workers inspect the fields daily, trimming vines, removing excess leaves, and rotating the melons so they develop an even, smooth surface. After about 70 to 90 days, the vines start to wither slightly, a sign that the watermelons have reached their peak maturity. But knowing exactly when to harvest requires experience. Farmers look for subtle signs. The curly tendril nearest the fruit turns brown. The underside changes to a creamy yellow. Harvesting marks the most labor-intensive stage of the watermelon's journey. In smaller farms, the process remains entirely manual. Teams of workers move through the fields with knives and scissors, cutting each melon from its vine. It's demanding work, especially under the scorching summer sun. Yet skilled pickers can collect over 4,000 fruits in a single day. Each melon is handled with care, since a small crack or bruise can quickly spoil it. Workers gently place the melons into crates or onto conveyor belts that carry them to nearby trucks. Once off the field, the next phase begins inside modern processing centers. Here, the watermelons are first washed to remove soil and residue. Depending on the facility, they may go through dry brushing systems or water jets that gently clean the rind without damaging it. After washing, the fruits move along automated conveyor lines, where optical sensors and weighing machines categorize them by size and weight. Systems like the Unitech Unibus or Unigi sorting lines can process multiple fruits per second, scanning for defects and separating melons into uniform groups ready for packaging. Each fruit is packed into sturdy cartons, typically weighing between 15 and 22 kilograms. These boxes are stacked on pallets, usually 50 boxes per load, and moved into pre-cooling chambers. In some facilities, rejected or smaller melons are redirected for juice production. These are pressed in stainless steel hydraulic systems, then passed through filters, homogenizers, and sterilizers before being filled into aseptic packaging. Such factories can process anywhere from 2 to 50 tons of watermelon juice daily, ensuring nothing goes to waste. While China leads the world in watermelon production, innovation has blossomed across many countries, from Japan to the United States, giving rise to a fascinating variety of creative cultivation methods. In Japan, where farming is often treated as an art form, growers have mastered the cultivation of perfectly square watermelons. The technique involves placing young fruits into transparent molds. As the melon expands, it fills the mold and takes on a flawless cube shape. These square watermelons are not just a novelty. They represent precision, patience, and craftsmanship. The uniform shape makes them easier to stack, ship, and display, but each one requires constant attention to temperature, watering, and sunlight. Because of the care involved, only a few hundred are produced each year, and they are sold as luxury gifts that can cost anywhere from $70 to more than $1,000 a piece. These unique fruits often symbolize affection or prosperity and are even featured in local festivals, turning agriculture into a form of living art. Elsewhere, new sustainable techniques are gaining ground. The trellis or hanging watermelon system, now popular in parts of China, Korea, and Southeast Asia, allows the fruits to grow above the ground, suspended in netted slings. turning agriculture into a model of green innovation. Whether enjoyed fresh at a summer picnic, transformed into vibrant juice, or molded into elegant designer shapes, the watermelon remains a symbol of abundance and resilience. It connects people from every corner of the world through a simple, universal pleasure, the sweetness of nature itself. So the next time you slice into a crisp red watermelon, take a moment to appreciate the journey behind it, the centuries of wisdom, the tireless hands of farmers, and the cutting-edge technologies working in harmony to bring you one perfect taste of summer. Welcome back to Smart Farm Insight, where endless sunshine and fertile soil give rise to some of the world's most iconic farms. In this episode, we're exploring a story of color, flavor, and dedication. How farmers here grow and harvest billions of strawberries every year. As far as the eye can see, rows of vibrant green stretch across the valleys. The cool ocean breeze and mild. Each year, more than 37,000 acres of farmland in California are dedicated to strawberries, with nearly 2/3 located in the Santa Maria and Watsonville regions. Before a single fruit reaches your table, an entire system comes to life. From seedling preparation to soil cultivation. In specialized nurseries, workers carefully select the strongest roots and healthiest mother plants. These serve as the genetic backbone of the next harvest. Only plants with firm crowns and vibrant roots make the cut, ensuring that future crops will thrive. Meanwhile, out in the fields, teams work tirelessly to prepare the soil. The land is plowed, leveled, and shaped into long raised beds. These raised mounds improve drainage, protect against disease, and allow farmers to control irrigation more effectively. Plastic mulch covers the beds, helping retain warmth and moisture, while preventing weeds from competing for nutrients. Every small detail counts. By late summer, usually around mid-August, strawberry planting begins across California's farms. The air is filled with the hum of tractors and the chatter of workers as thousands of young strawberry seedlings arrive from the nurseries. Each plant is handled gently and placed into the soil by skilled hands that have done this work countless times before. In this phase, timing and spacing are everything. If plants are placed too close, they will compete for light and water. Too far apart, and the land will be wasted. Modern drip irrigation systems are installed along each bed. Thin tubes deliver water directly to the plant's roots, reducing waste and maintaining perfect soil moisture. In the past, farmers relied on sprinklers that caused uneven watering and higher disease risk. But technology has revolutionized this process. Once planted, the strawberries begin their rapid growth. Within a few weeks, tiny green leaves unfold, forming dense clusters that soon blanket the fields. Farmers closely monitor soil temperature, water levels, and nutrient balance. Too much moisture, and the plants will rot. Too little, and the berries will be small and dry. Strawberries are a thirsty crop. On average, each plant needs about 2 inches of water every day during its growing period. That's why irrigation efficiency is so critical. Then comes one of the most magical stages of all flowering. White blossoms with yellow centers begin to appear across the fields, signaling that fruit formation is near. However, these flowers are fragile and require pollination to become berries. That's where nature's little helpers come in. Millions of honeybees are brought into the fields by professional beekeepers. Each bee visits hundreds of blossoms per day, transferring pollen that allows strawberries to develop their signature shape and size. Without them, yields could drop dramatically. The cooperation between farmers and beekeepers is a testament to how agriculture and nature can work together. Every buzzing sound in the field strawberries. After about 3 months, the green fields are speckled with bright red jewels. The harvest season has arrived. It's one of the busiest times of the year, drawing in tens of thousands of workers, around 55,000 across the state, many of whom travel from Mexico and Central America. Each berry is hand-picked and placed carefully into trays. Unlike some other crops that can be harvested by machines, strawberries are too delicate for automation. On average, a picker earns around $15 an hour, but experienced workers can earn more, based on the number of boxes they fill. Even when it rains, the harvest rarely stops. Farmers know that delays can lead to losses. It's an extraordinary display of perseverance. By the end of each season, California's farms produce an astonishing 1.1 million tons of strawberries, accounting for over 91% of the total U.S. production. Once the strawberries are picked, they begin an urgent journey from field to cooler. Because the fruit is highly perishable, every minute matters. Within hours of being harvested, trucks carry the strawberries to nearby cooling facilities where temperatures are rapidly reduced to around 34 degrees Fahrenheit. This process, called pre-cooling, helps extend shelf life and lock in flavor. The strawberries are placed into clamshell containers, sealed, labeled, and prepared for shipment. Most of these fruits are destined for domestic supermarkets across the United States. Baskets of freshly harvested strawberries make their way to the factory. Each truck carries fruit that has been picked at perfect ripeness. The journey from field to factory must be fast. Every hour matters in preserving freshness and flavor. Upon arrival, the strawberries are unloaded and moved onto automated conveyor belts. The first step is inspection and washing. Workers and sensors work together to remove leaves, stems, and any damaged berries. The remaining strawberries are rinsed gently in cold, purified water, then sprayed and brushed to eliminate dirt and microorganisms. Next, the fruit is sorted by size and quality. Some strawberries will be frozen for later use, while the finest and most fragrant are sent directly to the jam production line. Here, the berries move into large stainless steel kettles, where the transformation begins. The strawberries are lightly crushed to release their juice, then mixed with sugar in precise proportions. Stir constantly to prevent scorching. The water inside the fruit evaporates. When the jam reaches its target set point, it's ready to move to the next stage. Where sterilized glass jars wait on moving belts. Each jar is filled with steaming strawberry jam at just the right temperature to ensure a vacuum seal once cooled. The jars move quickly along the line, filled, capped, and labeled within seconds. After sealing, they pass through a cooling tunnel that brings the temperature down gradually, locking in both freshness and shine. strawberry industry generates over $2.1 billion in annual revenue. It's not just about food, it's about innovation and sustainability. Many farms now rely on solar energy, biodegradable mulches, and drip systems designed to reduce water consumption by up to 30%. The result is a model of agriculture that balances high productivity with environmental responsibility. When the final boxes are packed and shipped, the fields undergo their closing rituals.